Hi everyone. I hope that some of you are able to join us live today to talk a little bit more about the proposed camping ordinance and resolution. My name is Chandler Esslinger and I am the community liaison for FargoCast Public Health in the Harm Reduction Division. I'm based out of the Downtown Engagement Center. And yeah, I'm just here to jump on and talk a little bit more with our followers and people who've been following this issue so that we can correct some confusion about what people have been hearing about that camping ordinance and resolution that is set to go in front of City Commission on Tuesday, September 3rd. So we've heard some concerns from people from the community about what the resolution means for those that might be currently camping outside, the people we serve here in harm reduction, and for our entire community. And so I want you all to know, first and foremost, that we really support the resolution that goes along with the ordinance. We've worked really closely with city administration and other departments within the city to develop a plan that really helps provide a safety net for people who are sleeping outside and minimize a potential for their camp to be removed. And so I want to dive into a little bit more of what's outlined in the resolution and kind of why those things are the way they are. So our outreach team always makes first contact with people who are sleeping outside. We want them to be aware of any rules that are changing and also what they can do to protect themselves. So one of the first things that we want everyone to know is that a main driver of public complaints that the city has received is about camps being in proximity to public paths. So part of the resolution does outline, that camps do need to be about 30 feet away from a public path. It's not that we want to keep people out of sight, but we do want people to know that that is a main driver of complaints, and we want to protect camps from any of the negative public perceptions that can come along with being too close to a public path. So it's really meant to keep people as safe as possible and also allow them space to be outside. Another thing that's come up as we've been talking with people about the ordinance and resolution is, why is there this geographic location requirement? So what we also want you all to know is that our outreach team has been working tirelessly to understand where people who are sleeping outside currently reside. And what we found is that the geographic location that's been identified is really where the most of the people sleeping outside currently are. And so we wanted to minimize displacement of people, re-traumatizing our neighbors by having them be forcibly removed, and really keep people where they currently are. Now, there are some specific requirements within that geographic location. For example, being 100 feet away from critical infrastructure. That's just kind of a non-negotiable. However, our team will go out and talk with people who may fall within some of those restricted areas and say, hey, we don't want your camp to be forcibly removed. This is where the geographic location is, where you can be. So how can we help support you in being successful and maybe relocating your camp so that you can fall within those geographic areas? Again, we recognize that most folks are already there, and based on the outreach we've done, most camps will only need to move a few feet in order to be compliant with that part of the resolution. Another thing that we've gotten some comments and questions about is, why do we specify the number of people who can stay in a camp location? So right now the resolution states that we're going to limit the number of camps to about 3 people. However, we will also kind of on a case-by-case basis be able to determine if more people will be able to stay in one location. Unfortunately, sometimes we do have families who have to live outside, and so we want to make sure we're not splitting up anybody who does kind of need to be together. But that number of 3 people was chosen because that is the average camp size that we currently see. So again, all of these different pieces are really rooted in what we already know about camps and what we know can help keep people together and again, keep their camp from being forcibly removed. The ordinance and resolution also outline things like agreeing to maintain camp cleanliness and a commitment to nonviolence. All of those things are rooted in keeping people safe. We know that camp cleanliness is a concern for everyone. We want everybody to be able to have an environment that is conducive to health and well-being. That's why the outreach team will be going out, providing garbage bags, collecting garbage, and working really hard with campers to make sure that we're all maintaining this sense of safety and cleanliness while people are forced to sleep outside. The other thing that I wanted to mention is, again, that this is really an opportunity for our team in the harm reduction division to maintain the relationships we currently have with people sleeping outside, ensure that they're getting access to any support services they need while we are using this kind of short-term management strategy as well as moving towards kind of this long-term strategy of building pathways towards permanent housing. So minimizing harm to people who are currently sleeping outside, minimizing the likelihood that people's camps will be forcibly removed, and just making sure that people know what's expected of them and what they can expect from us in the Downtown Engagement Center and our harm reduction team in keeping them safe. And so again, we've worked really, really hard with the city to pair the ordinance with this resolution that really does protect the vast majority of people who are sleeping outside. I hope that this has cleared up some information about the resolution. I hope you can feel a little bit more confident in your knowledge around how the ordinance and the resolution work together. If you have any additional comments or questions, please don't hesitate to put those questions in the feedback form online. We do have the online feedback form available at www.fargond.gov/ending homelessness. And we'd love to hear your comments about the ordinance, the resolution, and how you see those two things working together. Again, this ordinance and resolution is set to go in front of the City Commission on Tuesday, September 3rd. And just want everybody to be empowered with the information they need to be educated about the ordinance and the resolution and the values that we've really brought approaching this issue, which is about keeping our community members safe, supporting the people who are currently outside, and ensuring that we are all working towards those permanent pathways to permanent housing. So thank you, everyone. Again, my name's Chandler. I appreciate you all joining me today. Please like this video, share it with your friends, and again, don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. All right, bye everyone.